Good evening, traders. Zach here from the Trading Network. Hope you guys are doing well and that your week is off to a good start. It is Monday, June 28th, and I've got another daily market profile recap for you guys for both the ES and the NQ futures markets. So let us dig right in. First and foremost, starting with the key levels as usual, let us flip over to the market profile and let me pull up my key levels and we will dig right in here. Starting with the first key level I was looking at was the overnight high on ES. That level was the 42.79 level. See that right here, and coincidentally enough, you can see that our current overnight high or our current Globex high is at the same level. Second target, or second key level rather, was the overnight POC at 42.73. We can see that pink level right here, and you can see that highlighted by my text and my label here. But on the profile, more specifically, if I hide these drawings, you can tell where the overnight POC is by the pink highlighted area on the profile. So the pink POCs are going to be the pink areas on the profile, in the Globex profile, are going to be the overnight POCs, and the yellow areas on the regular trading hours profiles are going to be our regular trading hours point of controls. So now that we have that out of the way, let's get into the third key level, which was the overnight low at 42.68. 42.68 can be seen right here, coinciding with Friday's point of control as well. For some reason, my profile is doing a little something weird where Friday's levels are just showing, but the actual bell curve isn't showing, so I'll have to reload and troubleshoot that after this video. But just know that for the purposes of this video, these levels right here, 68, 69, 72, 76, those are levels from Friday, just for what it's worth. Now, the next key level I was looking at was the overnight high from the 625 Globex session at 42.6550. And last but not least, I was looking at the 42.6075 level, which was the prior range low from the Friday regular trading hour session. And it was also the overnight POC from that 625 session as well. All right, now moving over to NQ, you can see my profile from Friday was weird on NQ as well, so I'll probably just have to reload my historical data or something along those lines, and that should fix it, hopefully. But sometimes, NinjaTrader messes up and the data gets a little jumbled over the weekend, so hopefully that'll be a fix. If not, I've got the levels there, so it's not really a huge deal. But moving on into our first and foremost key level, I was looking at the prior range high from that June 24th regular trading hour session at 14.422. Next level I was looking at was the prior value area high at 13.394. Next level I was looking at was the overnight POC at 14.358, and that was right over here. That was the prior overnight point of control right here. And the next level I was looking at was the overnight low, which coincided with both of these overnight lows as well as the prior range low from the 24th. So really good confluence at that level. Obviously, you can see that we didn't get anywhere near these lower levels, but just wanted to break these down so you guys can get an idea. And last but not least, I was looking at the 623 range high, which also coincided with Friday's range low. That was the 625 range low right there, 14.313. And you can see back here, if I go a little bit further back, you can see prior high from the 22nd into 23rd overnight sesh and the prior high from the 23rd regular trading hour session. So when prior highs flip to new lows, that's pretty damn bullish. And as you can see, we didn't get anywhere close to these levels, as I said. We could not violate this prior level right here, 14.395, the overnight high, prior high from Friday, prior overnight high from the 24th into the 25th Globex, and the value area high from the 24th session. So incredible confluence at this 14.390, call it 14.4K level, and that at the moment is acting as fantabulous support. So let us move into my pre-market analysis, and we will see what I was thinking pre-market into the open. All right, so first and foremost, overnight inventory was long on both ES and NQ. Now, if I pull up my levels here, you can see that settlement price was at 42.71 on ES, and a majority of that overnight price action was indeed done above settlement. Alrighty, so flipping on over to NQ, you can see I have the overnight profile, the most recent overnight profile, not the one that's currently going on, but the overnight profile from Sunday into Monday highlighted here. And you can see right below that is the settlement price at 14.326. Now, as you guys might know if you've been studying the market profile, and for those of you guys new to the channel who are just starting to study market profile, if the settlement price is below the overnight profile, or if all of the overnight price action is done above the settlement price from the prior regular trading hour session, that means that the overnight inventory is 100% long. Now, if the overnight inventory is 100% long, that means the higher probability is for trending price action to occur. It is for a continuation of the unbalanced inventory to occur. Now, with that said, we have if-then scenarios when this happens, right? So when I sat down this morning and I saw that we were looking to open at the top of the overnight profile, almost with a gap from Friday's high, then I am looking for a higher probability of trending price action. I'm looking for either a swift correction of the overnight inventory back into previous range. And if we don't get that swift correction, then I am looking for that higher probability shift to the continuation of the overnight inventory, which is exactly what happened. So you can see that we had an open test drive today on NQ where we opened up right here. You can see that this is O period. I'll zoom in even more. So O period on the profile, that's where we're opening up, okay? Now, we opened up, we moved just barely down 4 or 5 points, which is nothing. We tested the prior range high, you see that? 14,390, almost to the tick on NQ. Exceptionally precise. So pay attention. This is not a coincidence. We are not opening up and just happening to test the highs from Friday and then ripping up. No, this is essentially opening up, probing that level to see if any higher time frame players or larger players are interested in selling below the high from the overnight and below the high from Friday. And if the answer is no, I said it like 5 times already. Trend continuation to the upside. Okay, so if we open up and we start to continue that overnight trend, I'm going to show you guys this on my regular chart. Then we are looking for op zone plays, right? If you guys have my indicator package, keep it very simple. I mean, look at the 1,000 tick. The 1,000 tick is just loving the op zone. It is smacking the op zone over and over again, right? So here's the open, here's opening range. So we open on the 1,000 tick, we barely get the test. On the 377, you can see we get the very slight test, right? Where we open up here, we move down a few points, and then we rip to the upside. So I'm basically waiting to see if price is indeed going to hold the overnight structure. So if we zoom out, clear uptrend, bounce in the op zone in the overnight, clear uptrend, bounced in the op zone in the overnight on the 1,000 tick, living inside above the opportunity zone, giving us excellent. I mean, look at this. Look at this. Goodness gracious. Bull divergence inside the 1,000 tick op zone. Fantastic candlestick structure. This candle closing above the top of this candle, confirming that low, confirming that divergence. Beautiful oscillator structure. You can see on my delta tools down here that the demand is increasing, the supply is weakening, and you get that confirmation. You can see it even right here on these delta tools. You can see that there is a net negative 653, which means there are 653 more sellers than buyers on this leg. Price comes up, pulls back down, puts in a higher low, shows us that the selling pressure has diminished significantly, and you can see that both on the delta down here and the actual delta waves right here. So just wanted to show you guys that. It's pretty incredible. You can use these tools in combination with our market profile, techniques, strategies, and information to give us exceptional edge and exceptionally high profile, high probability plays. All right, now that that tangent is out of the way, let us get back into the analysis. So overnight inventory was long, as we just explained. At the time of writing, we were looking to open above range and value on ES and NQ. This means that there has been a significant or a large change in sentiment since the previous regular trading hour session, and that the market is more bullish currently. This also means that we are more likely to see trending price action in today's session. Now, with that said, this morning I was looking at the prior range high on ES and the overnight high on NQ at 42.76 and 14.390 respectively. My thought process was if we could move and hold above those levels, those line in the sand levels, if you will. I was looking for a retest of Thursday's high on NQ at 14.422 and a move to new highs on ES, which we did indeed get, just barely. Now, on the flip side, if we could not move and hold above those levels there, I was looking for a rotation back down to the overnight POC and likely Friday's value area on both instruments. So just to reiterate here, upon open, I was looking to see if we could get acceptance above 42.76 and 14.390. If we could hold those levels, I was looking for moves to retest Thursday's high on NQ and new highs on ES. And we actually got new highs on NQ as well. If we did not move and hold above those levels, just as I mentioned, I was looking for a rotation of Friday's value area, which was down here on ES. We have a naked POC lurking there still at 42.56. And you can see we have a value area from NQ from Friday, 14.354, all the way down to 14.324. So only a 30-point value area, and that's where I will indeed be looking if we violate this 14.4K, call it. All right, so scrolling down a little bit into the summary here with our key levels and our targets, starting with ES. You can see our line in the sand is marked off here. That is the prior range high from Friday at 42.7675. Our first target to the upside was Fibonacci pivot R2, funny enough, 42.82, and that was the level that we actually ended up having as today's high. So if I go back over to the main chart here, scroll back to the open, where are we at here? Okay, so here's New York Open. You can see, sat down at the chart, and I saw, okay, well, if we're going to make new highs, what are my next levels? I've got 42.82 already plotted for me from Fibonacci pivot R2. And what do you know? Third upper deviation of VWAP is lining up there as well. So that is indeed why I have on the trade plan here 42.82 as my first target, and I have R2 marked there. All right, so second upside target was 42.91, and that was R3, but we did not get there. So I'll just show you guys this real quick. You can see R3 up here, 42.91, R3, but we did not move up there. R2 ended up being the high of the day, and we did not get there until all the way at the end of the day. All the way at the end of the day, basically like right before the Fib pivots reset for the next session. So you had to be really patient if you're trading ES today, and that's why I think it's very, very important to have multiple instruments that you're comfortable with to trade, because if you're, an ES trader and ES is chopping around, you're going to have to be really patient. Maybe you'll see more juice on NQ. With that said, pretty nice setups here. I had this marked from earlier. Nice bull div, higher low at second lower deviation of VWAP. Nice oscillator structure there. Good confluence for a move back up to the mean, aka VWAP. But that is a conversation for another time. Now, let's get into these downside targets here on ES. So first downside target was 42.73. That was the overnight POC from the June 27th into June 28th session. That was the most recent overnight POC. Second downside target was 42.71. 42.71 was the value area high, or very close to the value area high, as well as the VPOC from the Friday's regular trading hour session. So that was our second downside target. The third downside target was 42.68. 42.68 was Friday's POC as well as the overnight low. So that was 3 out of 5 downside targets here. And the next downside target we did indeed hit. That was the overnight high from the 24th into 25th Globex session. So that was our final downside target. We got to 64.25. Obviously, we did not get to that 60 level, which was the low from Friday. That was our last target right here, just to be 100% clear. 60.75, that was Friday's low, and that was our final target. So 4 out of 5 targets on the downside for ES. So a lot of opportunity on the downside, but you had to be really, really patient to hit that R2 level to the upside today. With that said, look out for this naked POC we have down here, 42.5625, if we do start to break back down into this 42.68, 42.60ish level. Now, let us scroll down a tad and move into the NQ. Starting with the line in the sand level 14.400, 14.390. Call it this previous high right here. Call it a zone, if you will, right here. And this was our line in the sand, right? So our first upside target was 14.403. That was the initial balance high from the June 24th regular trading hour session. The second upside target was, you guessed it, Thursday's high at 14.422. The next upside target was 14.427. And I believe if I flip on over to the candlestick chart, 14.437, yes, it was indeed. You can see 14.437, that was R2. So yet again, another Fibonacci pivot target, and that was indeed hit as well. So that was a very, very nice target that we were able to use throughout the day. And you can see very, very swiftly, we opened up, moved through R3, moved through move through R2, and then move through R3, which was that third target, 14,427 to be precise. So just to flip back to the profile, I'll show you guys right here, 14,427, right, and then boom, flipping back to NinjaTrader, R3, 14,427. And I mean, look at this to the tick reaction. Pretty incredible. Pretty incredible. Break and retest, breaks R3, comes back down, retests, puts in divergence at R3. I'm giving you guys some juice tonight. Puts in div there and just rips. Never comes back down and touches that level. So back to the profile, back to the targets. So last target was 14,466, and that was a measured move from a previous profile. Okay, so the measured move for this point of control here, let me clear these drawings up. I believe what I did was I took this measurement from here, since Friday's profile was a little smaller, and I superimposed it over this level right here, the POC from Thursday, and that gave us that measured move to right around 14,466. So that is why I have that there. So that was indeed hit, and kind of the opposite of ES, NQ was basically all upside today. We had absolutely no downside targets hit because the bulls were in control right off the rip. So when you see an open drive or an open test drive profile structure like this, and it lines up with something on your chart, like price using your trending strategy or price obeying your trending strategy, it does not need to be more complicated than that. It does not need to be more complicated than that. I don't need to say it a third time. But watch these videos. Make sure that you guys are, really soaking up this information, because the profile tells you where the probability is right off the open. I mean, even before the open. If we're up here before the open, I know that we are more likely to see trending price action if we do end up opening here. If we open here, trend is higher probability unless we move back into range. Simple as that. So my friends, that is that for our daily recap on ES. We only had one of our upside targets hit. We had 4 out of 5 downside targets hit. On the flip side, on NQ, we had all of our upside targets hit and 0 of our downside targets hit. So a lot of bifurcation between both indices today. And with that said, there was opportunity on both. ES, you had to be a lot more patient. NQ, trend was friend. You could just smack the op zone over and over again, and it was paying, to say the least. So it was a very interesting day. I hope you guys took some value from a little bit more insight that I gave you guys going into my regular candlestick charts, showing you the divergences, showing you the opportunity zone, digging a little bit deeper into these profile open types, things like that. If you do find value in this stuff that I'm talking about here, leave a comment and let me know. I greatly appreciate it, and it makes a ton of a difference for that YouTube algorithm, as some of you guys might know. In addition to that, if you guys want to learn more about what we do here at the Trading Network, please feel free to check out those links in the description below, where you can find, first and foremost, a link to our free Facebook group, where I release these trade plans on a daily basis at 9:30 a.m. Eastern for the ES and NQ futures markets. You can also, in the links in the description below, find access to our website, thetradingnetwork.io, where you can purchase access to one-on-one mentorship with me. I offer 4-week programs, 10-week programs, and a few other varying lengths. These are customized to the trader. I work with futures traders, options traders, crypto traders, anybody that needs really somebody to talk to about their trading, somebody to dissect their trading, help them, give them an edge, give them strategies, both trading psychology strategies and technical analysis strategies. Check me out. Check out my mentorship. Let me know if you have questions. In addition to the mentorship, you can also purchase access to the Trading Network Proprietary Indicator Package, which you guys have seen quite a bit of in this video today. In addition to the indicator package, I also trade live with these very indicators with my market profile analysis here on a daily basis in my private Discord. You guys can purchase access to the private Discord on the website as well. And last but not least, you can purchase access to the Fundamentals of Futures Trading course, which is my comprehensive course that goes over multiple strategies for varying market conditions. I give you guys the opportunity zone strategy, which I have discussed quite a bit in this video today. I also give you guys my ranging strategy, the momentum flip. Traders need multiple strategies for multiple market conditions. There is no one-size-fits-all strat, and if you guys think that, you are sadly mistaken. So make sure that regardless if it's my strategy or somebody else's or one that you create on your own, that you have multiple strategies for market conditions that are varying. You need a trending strategy. You need a ranging strategy. It is vital. So if you guys need strategies, if you guys want to learn more about how I trade, if you guys want to purchase a bundle where you can get lifetime access to the Discord, you can get lifetime access to my indicators and the Fundamentals of Futures Trading course, I offer that as well on the website down below. And I even offer a payment plan to make it a little bit easier on the wallet as well. So if you guys have any questions about anything that we've discussed in this video, whether it be market profile analysis or any of the TTN products, you know where to find me: Facebook, Instagram, Discord. Leave a comment here on YouTube, shoot me an email, and I will get back to you as soon as possible and help any way that I possibly can. Thank you guys so much for watching this content. Thank you guys so much for showing some love. A little side note here, I will be doing a bit of a giveaway for 1,000 subscribers. So thank you guys so much for your support again. And I will be extending a little bit better of a thank you to you guys very soon. So much love. I will see you in the next video, and trade safe.